Guys, I'm Rahul. I'm a data engineer, and today we are going to see one of the demonstration. In data engineering, you are expected to pipeline the data in the migration, pipeline the data processing. In the integration as well, you are supposed to pipeline the tasks in the data engineering. And today we are going to see the data engineering pipeline with one of the tool called as Airflow, and along with we are going to produce the task in Snowflake, and these tasks we will pipeline as the form of data engineer. And before that we have an environment with the Ubuntu WSL, and you should be having a Snowflake free trial account, and that is it. And we can say this example is a basic demonstration of the pipelines. In data engineering, there are several processes tasks that we are supposed to schedule and maintain the flow of the data. The data goes from various transformations. The data goes from various states, from one state to another state, and we are supposed to see into the lineage of the data. So this is basically one of the example I would like to demonstrate to you, and this particular tutorial will be in Marathi as well as English. Feel free to ask questions in the comment box. So let us start with the demonstration. So here it is. I have created one of my repository for this particular demonstrations. I'll share the link in the channel for this repository. Here if you see, I have created a sequence of the files with the numbers. So we will go one by one with one of the process of the installation. So first of all, we will see into the environment that I have told you, the environment that I am using here for the demonstration. Second thing is, first of all, you have to set up a free trial account properly and give the all roles and all the terms to the account users of the Snowflake. So in this process, we will see what are the things you will need a trial account, and you have to create a database and schema. Then you have to grant access the privileges to the database and the schema. So whatever the forthcoming, the tables that will be coming into the schemas, you have to give the privilege in advance to the tables or the objects that will be in the schemas. सर्वात पहिल्यांदा तुम्हाला एक स्नोफ्लेक्स अकाउंट फ्री तयार करावं लागेल आणि त्याच्यामध्ये डेटाबेस स्कीमास तयार करावे लागतील. त्याच्यानंतर तुम्हाला प्रिव्हिलेजेस ग्रँट्स करावे लागतील, आणि एकदा प्रिव्हिलेज ग्रँट झाल्यानंतर तुम्हाला दोन महत्त्वाच्या गोष्टी यामध्ये पाहाव्या लागतील. तर आपण ते पाहूयात. यामध्ये तुम्ही हे आहे स्नोफ्लेक्स अकाउंट, दिस इज द स्नोफ्लेक अकाउंट, आणि याच्यामध्ये तुम्हाला इथे वेगवेगळे ग्रँट्स परमिशन ऍक्सेस केलेले दिसतील. हे क्विक प्रॅक्टिस DB हे डेटाबेसचं नाव आहे, आणि याच्यामध्ये आपलं जे स्कीमा असणार आहे, द स्कीमा विल बी पब्लिक. तर याच्यामध्ये जे काही ऑब्जेक्ट्स येतील, लाईक टेबल्स, व्ह्यूज, एव्हरीथिंग, so we are going to give the privileges to all the objects in this schema. So here in this demonstration we are taking this public as a schema, and we are going to give the grants and privileges. One of the very important thing in the Snowflake, that in order to create connection with the Airflow, you have to give the all the details properly. So here, if you click your username, just remember you are supposed to give this is the like these are the parameters of the Snowflake configuration parameter account details. You should know these parameters in advance, and you note this down, role and all these things. Okay, one of the very important thing की तुमच्याकडे जे region आहे Snowflake region त्याची माहिती तुम्ही करेक्ट घ्या. तर Snowflake region मुळे बरेच एरर्स येऊ शकतात. You will get errors because of the wrong region that we mention into the configurations for the connections. तर तुम्ही त्याची माहिती घ्या आणि हे नोट डाऊन करून ठेवा. Okay, so let us move ahead with the database. So this is our database, this is the schema, and we will go ahead with the next step. Once you have set up the Snowflake account, तुम्ही Snowflake account सेटअप केलेला आहे, त्याच्यानंतर सर्वात महत्त्वाचं बिफोर winding up with the Snowflake setup, you make sure that your warehouse, here is your warehouse is active. See, this is the compute WH, this is the warehouse we are going to use for the connection, and it should be in the status started. Okay, so if it is not started, just you can go here. If it is not started, you can go here and like this will here, instead of suspend it will be resume. So click the resume and your compute warehouse will start. Basically, what is a warehouse in Snowflake? It is the complete computational machine provided by the Snowflake, and with the all resource management, or the throughput and all the processing that will take place in this warehouse. And Snowflake itself handles the processing and optimization of the process in the warehouse itself. We need not to look into the matter of the performance and this thing. If you want more computational resource, you can change the computational resource to like this one. You can change it here. Click compute WH, and as per your credit points availability, you can edit, and you can choose the size of the warehouse. So more the size of the warehouse, more the resources, and more the computer resources will be allocated for the process. Yeah. Okay guys, let us go ahead with the next step that we have is the installation. So we are going to do this installation of the Airflow and do the setting with the Snowflake in the bash of Ubuntu. So let's start with one by one. As you know, we are doing this particular setup and want to run this data pipeline. We are going to use Python programming for that, and we are supposed to install, we are supposed to be ready with the one of this like install. We have to install the Python and pip, then you have to create a home folder in the Ubuntu. Let us see what we are supposed to see. Okay, so let's proceed. So this is my window. Here you are supposed to install Python. Okay, in this case, I have used Python 3. version, and my Airflow version is you can see my Airflow version is 3.0.2. Okay, so once you install the Python and the pip, you are supposed to install now first of all set the environment. So first of all, if you see, this is your home folder of the Linux, and you are supposed to create a folder here. You can see Airflow that I have created. So if I have created here, if you see that this is the folder I have created, Airflow, and in that Airflow cd, in that Airflow I have created one DAG. So you have to make directory or create a folder called as DAGs. So we will see what is DAGs and all that in the few minutes. So first of all, we have to set the environments that Airflow DAGs that we will put here in this folder. That is why we will create. One thing you have to make sure, each time you create a folder or file, you have to give the permissions to that folder like this. So for giving permission, you can refer the Linux documentation and give the complete permissions for that users. So we are here, and let us do DAGs, and this is the DAG file that I have created. We'll see what is the DAG file sooner. So here we are currently we are into this. So we have installed pip Python, and we have created a home folder that is to be ready for the Airflow. एक होम फोल्डर तयार करायचं पायथॉन pip install करायचं. त्याच्यानंतर we will go to the next step. Now we are about to install the Airflow. So you know guys, what is Airflow? Airflow is data pipeline management. It's a very beautiful tool created by the open source software, and it's very easy and helpful, and it's very efficient to handle the things, and we can do it into the cloud as well. So I'll explain you what to be done here. So let us move to the next thing. So once we are here, we'll go to the home folder, and screen. Now we have like the install Apache.airflow is the command. Okay, please see the documentation for right command, and once you install, you can check Airflow version. So it will show you the Airflow version that you are going to use. Here you see we have the Airflow version 3.0.2 is the name of the Airflow version, and here we go. Okay, so once we set up the Airflow, note down the version of the Airflow, because the settings beyond this particular steps are the version control one. So please note down the version. You should remember this version. तर Airflow version 3.0.2 आपण इन्स्टॉल केलेला आहे. यापुढे आपली जी स्टेप असणार आहे ती ही असणार आहे. त्याच्यानंतर आपल्याला एक डेटाबेस इनिशियलाइज करावं लागेल एअरफ्लोचं, जे एक environment तयार करेल. It will create a environment, a database environment. So for the version above 3, or I suppose to 0.7 we are supposed to put this particular one as. So like airflow db migrate. Okay, so if you have lower version of the airflow, the correct command will be airflow db init. If you have because I have a higher version of airflow, that is 3.0.2, so migrate is the correct way of initializing the database. So basically here after this, once you have initialized the database for the airflow, this runs the environment. This creates a one environment along with the user credentials for the airflow, and uh, uh, you have to do that because it will internally create the all settings and versions configurations. The next thing is, once we have installed the airflow, एकदा का एअरफ्लो इन्स्टॉलेशन झालं, त्याच्यानंतर तुम्ही डेटाबेस DB इनिशियलाइज केलं आणि त्याच्यानंतर तुम्हाला आता एअरफ्लोचं वेब सर्व्हर आणि शेड्यूलर स्टार्ट करावं. एअरफ्लो वेब सर्व्हर आणि शेड्यूलर स्टार्ट करायचे दोन वेगवेगळे मेथड्स आहेत. There are two methods. Number one is Airflow standalone method. It creates a minimal optimized environment and it runs the Airflow service with the minimal optimized environment with inbuilt user credentials. So for that, what you have to do is Airflow standalone. This is the command, and you have to hit this one. Now here, very important part is, as we have seen here, as we have discussed here, is this one, that once it has scheduled, it is started, then it will initialize. See this one, that database is ready, it is showing, and it will give you the username and password. You have to note this down. Username, password, it will show you the username, password here. You have to note down that username, password. It is very important because we are supposed to log in into the user interface here, and this the process Airflow service is started. You can note down the username, password here. This username, password belongs to the Airflow user credentials. So note that down. So guys, here we are in this step. आपण आतापर्यंत जे केलं ते परत एकदा रिवाइज करू. We have set up the Snowflake account. त्याच्यानंतर आपण ग्रँट्स आणि प्रिव्हिलेजेस परमिट केलेले आहेत डेटाबेस आणि स्कीमाला. त्याच्यानंतर पायथॉन इन्स्टॉल केलेला आहे. त्याच्यानंतर pip python and airflow इन्स्टॉल केलेलं आहे विथ बेसिक कॉन्फिगरेशन. नंतर आपण DB इनिशियलाइज केलेला आहे विथ दिस कमांड. त्याच्यानंतर आपण एक स्टँडर्ड एन्व्हायरमेंट, स्टँडअलोन एन्व्हायरमेंट चालू केलेलं आहे जे आपल्याला वेब सर्व्हर आणि शेड्यूलर स्टार्ट करून देईल. So till now we have completed this one. Please remember, whatever the files and the folders you are creating into the Linux environment, please give them the full permissions of read, write and execute. आतापर्यंत आपण we have finished with the setup of the Airflow. Once you run the standalone command, what you can do is you have noted down the username, password, right? So I have the username for Airflow as admin, so we have that one, and Yeah, this is the same password, username password, which you have noted down when you have started the standalone Airflow system. So I have entered the username and password. This is the user interface of the Airflow, and it will help in many ways to get the job done. My username and password, and I will enter into the username and password. So this is welcome screen of the username password. This is entirely a package of each and every facilities provided by the Airflow here. This is the interface where you can see different menus, home, tags, like assets, browse. For configuration, you have menu, admin menu. You have also the documentation available for the Airflow. So let us see one by one in brief. This is the welcome. This maintains the history of all the tags. So guys, what is Airflow? First of all, Airflow is a data pipeline tool, cloud-based data pipeline tool for, and that will help us to create data pipelines. And it's very easy and simple and good tool to use. So it works on the ideas of the two basic concepts. Number one is called as the uh, number one is called as the uh, directed acyclic graphs. So what is DAG? A DAG is nothing but a graph where we are about to schedule the tasks of the data pipeline in such a way that there will be no loop. Am I getting? Are you getting? So no loop in the sense, if there is a task A and if there is task B, then the sequence of the execution of the task in the data pipeline, like from A to B and B to C and C to B to C and C to D. So in that case, in that flow, the directed acyclic graph does not form any loop. What does it mean? एकही लूप फॉर्म करत नाही. DAG, directed acyclic graph. What it means that if B is dependent on A and C is dependent on B, in no case that should happen is that A is dependent on B or A is dependent on C, right? So there should be no deadlock of the task execution. So that is the concept of the DAG. So we will see what happens. So we have two basic concepts in the overview. Number one is the DAG. So what is the DAG do? So we will just see the interface. We will get to know the interface. These are the sample DAGs that we have created, like Snowflake simple fixed. This is the name of the DAGs. We will get all the DAG list here. This is the DAG list which were created internally by the Airflow, some by the user, right? So you will get the list of the DAGs here, and you will get the status. If you want to see how many are currently in the running state, how many DAGs are ran successfully in earlier. So this is the thing. So here in the home screen you will get overall details. Here you will see the list of the DAGs, and here you will see all, the, like, all the assets means all the components and resources, the list of the all components and resources here, right? So if you see that, so this is the user information here. And yeah, so mostly what is important is that this is one of the main DAGs menu. Here we have DAGs, we have runs, we have task instances in the DAGs. Let it run. We have runs of this, right? And you see the tasks that are into the tags that we have created while DAG creation. We are going to see how the DAG will be created sooner, right? So you see, this is like information on the DAGs. This is on the run instances on the DAGs. This is the information on the tasks inside the DAGs which are created, script, and we are going to see this soon. So DAG contains the several tasks that we create in a DAG. एक DAG मध्ये आपण task create करतो and these tasks we are supposed to execute, right? So for example, a task to convert the data, task to insert the data into the data warehouse, task to transform data, right? Transform the data. So these are the several tasks that you can define into the DAG. Now another concept of the Airflow is called as, one of the very important concept is called as executors. So what is executor? एक executor क्या है? So executor in the Airflow is a component that helps to bridge to run a task, to run a task between the scheduler, because we are going to run the flow of tasks. Am I right? So it will need a scheduler. So at what time, after which step we are supposed to execute a particular task, right? So scheduler focuses on the timings and the sequences of the tasks to be run, right? And the execution environment looks after what is the execution environment. Are we is the execution of the task is in Python environment, local environment. So executor, there are two types of executors. Number one, local executor. Number two is the remote executor. In local executors, there are two types. Number one is sequential executor. Okay, so we are going to use local executors here. The sequential executors, the sequential executor uh, help us to one run a task one at a time, right? And uh, local executor will help us to run the parallel tasks at a time, right? Here we are using the local executors because we have environment in the local machine itself, and there are several executors, SQL executors, Python executors. So you will get the information on the executors in the Airflow documentation. Please go through that. So once we are familiar with the uh, user interface of the Airflow, right? So we will move ahead next to the operating system or bash, where we are about to connect our Airflow to the Snowflake, create directed acyclic graphs. We will create tasks inside the DAGs, and then we will run that DAG, and we will check what are the tasks that are run as successfully, and we will see the logs and every detail. So guys, friends, in order to create the logs and the details, right, we are supposed to install, the Snowflake is ready, the Airflow is ready, and we are able to log in into the user interface of the Airflow. So we are supposed to install a connector. That connector is the connector, the name of the connector, I have given that into the installation and configuration thing. So we are supposed to install a Airflow Snowflake connector, and we will install it here. So this is the particularly, you can see the command to install. Pip install Apache Airflow providers Snowflake. So this particular package will install the connector for the Snowflake. That will help us to connect Airflow with the Snowflake. Yeah, guys, please be remember that this is the new terminal that is open. We have run, the server is running, right? The server is running in the background. This is the server that is running in the background, and we should keep it running, right? And then open the new Linux terminal, and then there you have to follow. So this is the new terminal. Here you have to do the rest of the things like connecting, creating DAGs, running the DAGs, right? Activating and all that, right? So once we are done here, we will move ahead. We have successfully installed the Airflow Snowflake connector. Then we will move to the next step. So this is the, guys, last and next step into the running into the Airflow. So follow the code in repository in the sequence files. So this is the first file in the repository that I created. Here is the code that will help you to connect to the Snowflake. So please, earlier I have mentioned that we have to remember all the parameters, configuration parameters of the Snowflake, and keep it ready so that you will provide this information accurately over here. You can copy this command, copy, and you go here and copy that command, and you go here and put that command here. I'm sorry, it is here. I have pasted this particular command, right? This particular command, I have pasted it here, right? We have to remove these slashes if it gives error, and make it one-liner command. Okay, so I have made it the one-liner command. If you see that, this is the one-liner command: Airflow connections add Snowflake default. So the name of the connection, please remember, it's a Snowflake default. So the Snowflake Airflow से connection होता है, जैसे now Snowflake default, and these are the parameters. So parameters like what is the type of connection, what is the login credentials, username, password, the schema that in which you are about to play with the data, tables and all that, right? So there is connection extra, like what is the account of the Snowflake warehouse, which warehouse, which is the database, right? And what is the role of the Snowflake user, that is the account admin is the role of the user to whom we have provided the granted and privileges. Once you enter this one, it will create a successful connection. To just let you remind about this is, we can set up this connection in Airflow user interface as well. I'll show you. So what I'm going to show you is the alternative of this command. If you don't want to fire this command, you can go to the user interface here. You see, this is the user interface, and you go to the admin, go to connections. Here I have, this is the same, you see the connection ID, the name is Snowflake default. This connection I have created from the Linux environment itself, right? From the Airflow command line itself, right? So in order to view what is, see, this is the connection setup, Snowflake. So connection ID, type of the connections, right? Snowflake, what is the type of the connections? So login, your login credentials, username, password of the Snowflake, what is the schema? Okay, so these are the details you can enter here. These are the details. You see, account, warehouse, database of the Snowflake, and this is extra information. Okay, So this is the alternative method where you can give the details of the Snowflake connection and you can save it, right? So once you have created this connection, you can hit enter, right? And it will create the connection as I have already created, right? So once this is done, we have to test this connection, right? So in order to test this connection, if you see, we'll go to the this one here. The next step is this is the code into the Git repository test Snowflake connection. So in order to test Snowflake connection, this is the script. You can copy this script and you copy the script and you can put it into this, right? So in this is the home folder, right? In the home folder I have created test Snowflake Python. So like you can create test Snowflake .python, and once you hit, you can write like this. So you can create test Snowflake Python. You can paste the script here into the test. I'll show you the code. So this is the code, right? So this code will test our connection of the Airflow with the Snowflake. So as we are here, you see, now we have to run this file. So it is in the home folder itself, right? So if you see, it is in the home folder. So we will run this file 3 test Snowflake, enter. So it is testing the Snowflake connection. So it is giving you the connection account details and account identifier and all that, right? So the Snowflake connection is tested. Yeah, hi. So we have created the connection successfully. Now the final and important part is to create the tag and run the tag, right? So to create the tag, we will go to the next part is here. If you see, this is the third file, that is Snowflake simple. This is our DAG file. Okay, so this you can copy this code and put it into the terminal, and you can save this file over there. I'll show you how. So this is the DAG file, right? So this is the operators that we are using here, SQL Execute Query Operator. So the basic component to create DAG is this is the default arguments that we are going to provide to the DAGs, like when the DAG will start, right? How many retries for the DAG execution, and this all details, right? So we can put this here, and with DAG, this is the important command. This is the actual DAG code, right? So with DAG, so this is the name of the DAG files that you see. This is the name of the DAG file. Go here and you can search it here as well. Right, Snowflake simple, right? Fetched one. So this is the DAG file. So we will once we have created DAG successfully, I will explain this to you, right? So go here. This is the DAG creation. So what are in this DAG, what will be the steps, right? So first of all, start with the operator, and these are the steps, right? So first step is like activate warehouse. If the Snowflake warehouse is is in the pause state or deactivated, right? So that one. Next one is, this is the code, this is the task where we are selecting, we are just going to check version of the Snowflake. If the Snowflake is successfully connected, what is the version of the Snowflake? So this is table creation. This is the third task in the table creation. And once the table is created, we will see the table here, right? Here you will see the table. Database. Here you see, here in this database, refresh it. In the public schema, you will see that table, right? So once the table is created, okay, insert this data. This is the sample data. Query. You can see, you can skip this particular task and then exit. So what is the sequence of our DAG task execution? This is the sequence, like start, activate, warehouse, test connection, create table, insert data, and query data. Okay, so copy this code and put it here. You can here you have to do is remember what I have told you. We have created a folder into the home folder, Airflow, and there is a DAGs folder. Here you will find our DAG file. Okay, so this is the file. I have placed it into the home folder, Airflow DAGs. This is our DAG file. So let us see the DAG file content. So this is the DAG file content which I have just explained, which you will find into the third file of my Git repository. Okay, so create a file here in this folder, Airflow DAGs, and save that file, right? Nano Snowflake simple, right? You create that file and save that file. Okay. Once you save this file, okay, immediately if the Airflow service is running, this is the Airflow service that is running. See, this is the Airflow service that is running. Once you, if the service is running, and once you save this file, DAG file, it will automatically will be visible in the DAGs. Okay, so there are many DAGs here, so you can search it here. Okay, so as soon as you save that file, the DAG will be reflected here. Now once the DAG is created, you can click this DAG, and this is the earlier executions of the DAGs, right? So let us understand in detail about this particular DAG. So this is the name of the DAGs. These are the, this is the grid view, not the graph view of the DAGs. These are the tasks. So these are the tasks, right? So the task I have skipped is activate warehouse, because I have activated already. The warehouse is already activated. I have started it here, right? So it's suspended. You can go here and resume it. Yeah, see, this is started. So once this is started, Airflow. Okay, so I skipped this one because the warehouse is already started. So our other tasks like start the DAG, test the connections, create tables, insert data, query data, and the DAG. So this is the start. You can see the graph of this particular here, this task. So as a practitioner, or as a developer, engineer, data engineer, you will be creating more rigorous and more complex tags here, right? So you can see this is the dependency graph, right? So directed acyclic graph. This is how it looks. So this is the grid view of the task, and these are the details. So see, this is the tag name, last run, when is the next run scheduled, who is the owner of this particular tag. So these are the menus like overview in the last 24 hours, what was the thing, what was the statistics, then how many times the tags has been run, right? Then the tasks, in these tags it will give you all the details of the task. Events are nothing but what are the things that will trigger the tag, right? So if that event completes, then it will trigger the tag. That we have not covered these things. Event based DAG execution triggering is not covered in this particular video. So code of the tags, and these are the details. Here we can manually trigger the tag, and once we hit the trigger button, this tag will run and it will complete the tasks. Now if you want to see the detailed last run, right, you can click it here. If you click it, this is the all details of the last run, right? So in the sequence like start, activate, warehouse, right? So when it is started, when it is ended, right, which are the operators that have used. So once this is done, right, so here we have this particular thing, and we are interested to, so we have saved the DAG file, and as soon as we have saved, it will appear into the UI, user interface. You click this tag and you can manually trigger it. Okay, so I want it the single run, and hit the trigger button. So you will see this has been started. Okay, so let us see, it is running. It will do the test connection, create table and all that. You see it has successfully into this step. Now it has successfully created the table. See, this is the table, right? You can even check what has gone inside this execution, right? This is the logs. If you click any of this, like this is the start, this is the log of the start, this for testing connection, what is the log? It will build the log and it will show you. See, this is the log for this particular task. For create table, this is the log, right? So you can see it here. Every detail it will give you the code of the tag here, and this is create table log. So it's very beautiful and simple, right? If you want to go to the entire superficial status of the task, you can click this button here, this one, right? And you see this is running. So currently it is running, and the insert data task is completed. See this one, the inserting of the data. Now if you see into the Snowflake, you will see the data. Yeah, so it took some time and it has executed. So this is the successful diagram, executed all the tasks. You can see in the logs here, log of the insert data. This is the task, insert data task, and the overall successful diagram, right? So as the tasks are executed successfully, right? See, this is the dependency graph, Okay, as the task are executed successfully, let us go and check it here in the Snowflake. Data, go to the database. Yeah, here it goes. Okay, so let's refresh it in the public schema tables Airflow. Okay, so this is the table recently created. This is the 3 rows. You see, I'll show you. This is the same data as we have given into the this one. Okay, this is the data. See, this is the insert data, right, into the DAG. Yeah, so that is it. Yeah, well, good to go. So guys, I hope you have understood this particular tutorial, and I hope you will do best in through your this particular study. And I am Rahul, and I wish you all the best for your practice and study. And if you like this video and tutorial, please like and subscribe my channel RDS. Thank you.